Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if you have joined me, and you've joined me many times before, I really do appreciate you coming here. Also, if you have never ever joined me, I'm so glad that you found me. Make sure that you do subscribe right down below here if you're joining me through your YouTube. And if you're joining me through Facebook, make sure that you give StreamYard permission. I do these live, so if you are catching this on a replay, just beware it will be live and I will be interacting with the different people that are on here. And if you are live, great, you get to ask questions as we go along. And yeah, so we are on, it's card sketch weekend. I always say Saturday, but I could do it on Sunday as well. And we're on card sketch number 149. And I can't wait till we get to like 3 years of weeks. So that would be 156, I believe. I will have a special giveaway for that. So don't forget, if this is for a sketch, for the sketch challenge, make sure that you go into the group, and the group is linked right down below here, and put your card that you've made with your card sketch, and that way you could be entered in to win either a stamp set or a tutorial, depending on where you do live in the world. So good morning. I sometimes it's weird how some sketches come together. I'm going, well, yeah, I can do this, but I'm actually going to turn it around is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it like this today. I'm going to do like a landscape card today. But you can use your sketch going this way. And as I went and I said, place your sentiment anywhere. And then great, obviously you can, turn it either way. So I'm going to do my card sketch like this. I'm going to have it landscape, and I am going to use the tropical leaf suite. I love this, and you know what? I haven't ventured too much away from the colors that I think that these leaves would be, or that type of thing. But as soon as we get our new color, the pretty peacock, I know what I'm doing with that as soon as I do get the pretty peacock. So this does come as a bundle. This is part of the online exclusives. So the online exclusives you will not find in any form of print from Stampin' Up. You'll basically only find this when you go onto online and you go online exclusives. Now, if it's currently unavailable, it means that it's going to come back in. But these just allow us to show stuff a lot quicker. And not have to wait for the 2 years to get the stuff in our catalog, right? All right, so we're going to use that. I love any kind of a stamp set that has a punch that goes along with it. So, whoa, I love this Parakeet Party. So I'm going to use Parakeet Party, and I'm having a funny feeling that this is the wrong size. Maybe not. No, it's okay. So I have a piece. When I go and I put my measurements on here, I always say a regular card base. I try to keep it to a typical type card. Front, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 is the finished size. So it could be, you could do it like a tent fold card, or you could do it like a book fold card as well. This being a book fold card, the tent fold is when you go 4 1/4 by 11. So this piece happens to be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. It's scored at 4 1/4. Let's turn around because we've broken down those paper fibers. Let's turn and fold it into the mountain. And we're just going to come in with our bone folder, and let's get a really good crease from that. I'm just going to move this up out of the way here. I also have another piece, and this is the first layer, and this is 4 by 5 1/4. Like I say, I'm going to go I'm going to change this up a little tiny bit, and I'm going color on color. And I know you don't really get to see it. No. On the online exclusives are not, there's no end date on it. So these can go on for as long as they're going to carry them. Like I say, online exclusives are only available online, but there is no end date. If it says discontinued, then you won't be able to get any more, but you will be able to get, it as long as it's available. So does that answer your question, Pam? Hello, ladies. No. So, okay. I really like this leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this parakeet party, and I'm pairing it with Granny Apple Green. I think it's going to be a fun type of to have the two of them together. So we'll see how that works. And then I think we're going to try to throw in some evening evergreen as well. So I have my stamp. And I'm just going to go ahead and let's see. I'm just going to got some stuff falling down here. Just going to go and let's put one there. And you know what? I think this needs to be masked off. So I had actually done a mask with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that right on there. And then I'm going to stamp that again. And then that way it's going to get it so that it doesn't. There we go. And that's going to give us a bit of an image there. Now I'm thinking to myself, I probably should go ahead and also, ooh, I might need that out. So I'm going to just do this part here again. And I want to put the little leaves or the veins on there. So that's where I'm going to come in with my Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that on there. And then I'm also going to just stamp this one here. Should have done that before I did the other. There we go. And then, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to stamp up at the top there. I'll kind of leave that for now, and then we'll kind of figure that out as we go. So this is, like I say, going to go on here. Now you see these two strips. They happen to be 3/8 of an inch by 5 1/4. I thought this would be kind of neat to have. This is in the Granny Apple Green. So what you want to do is you want to go and you want to line up your grid paper. So I'm just going to move this up a bit. Let's see. This is 2. So it'd be 2 1/8 on each side. And when I go to put this down, I'm going to have it. You know what? I don't really mind if they're not quite straight. Well, I do, I guess. But I could go, I'm going to actually line this up where it's one. Let's see. This is, all right, so we're going to come with our glue anyways. I had this all worked out this morning, and I can't even do this in my head right now. So 1 and I think if I go 1 1/4 and 1 1/4, I think it would have to be 1 1/2. 1 1/2. Yeah, this is 4 inches. So if I go 1 1/2 inches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 1/2. So I'm just going to put that at that end there and 1 at 1 1/2 here. And you know what? I see that I didn't trim this down. So do you see how I've done that? Is I'm just lining that up at 1 1/2 from that end. And then I'm also going to line this up at 1 1/2 from this end. And these are 1/4 inch things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have done that maybe 1 3/4, but that's okay. I'm gonna, oh, sorry, 1 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that would be better. And 1 1/2. And when you line it up, it just makes it so it's easier to Oh, goodness. Something so fundamental, but 1.5. See if I've got that right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That is not straight. There we go. Better to eyeball it, right? And then I didn't get this right to the end. You know what? We're going to fix that really easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually trim this down just a tad. Excuse me. And then this is also going to be trimmed down just a tad as well, just so that the proportions are right. There we go. That's the problem with sometimes just adding strips in something. The measurements sometimes kind of put you for a bit of a loop. All right, so we have that. Now see, this is going to go on here. And then we have the 2 squares. Now, this square here is the second largest, or this is the largest square, and I've cut this from the Stylish Shapes, and this is the second largest square. So what I'm going to do is, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up putting some of these leaves on there. And you know what I'm thinking, now that I see this, that maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a leaf up here, just up like that. And I'm going to come in with those little veins. I really should be doing that on a photopolymer or on my paper piercing mat. Boy, I can't talk today. All right. So what I'm going to do is bring in that paper piercing mat. So we want to make sure that I get these leaves good and stamped. So I'm going to be doing them in, I've got them in the Parakeet Party. I'm going to do the veins with that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Evening Evergreen, and I'm just going to sponge some Evening Evergreen around the, you know what? I didn't want to sponge. I wanted to go with my, here I can go like this. And by using my brushes, what I'm doing is I'm getting where there won't be a line. I'm just going to stamp that there. Oh, that's pretty. We're going to go again, stamp here, go with our Evening Evergreen. And stamp there. And then on that little one, whoops, see that one kind of looks, my little one, I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to get a bit of that Evening Evergreen on here. And then I'm going to come onto this spot. And I'm going to just put this on here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and stamp that one directly on there because we don't have a punch for it. And I also want to go ahead and do this center part on here. And this I'm doing in the Granny Apple Green. And see, it looks, it's enough difference, but it doesn't look, I found when I went really, really dark on it, I really didn't like how the vein looked on there. So we're just going to do this. I love this stamp set. Like I say, I can't wait until Pretty Peacock comes in. I found a Lost Lagoon stamp pad, but I do not have a Pretty Peacock one. Okay, I'm going to just close those up for now. And let's go ahead and just punch that one out. We'll punch this one out as well. Okay. And then, and this is on here. We're going to put this on there. Not sure where we're going to put that. We're going to have this go like this and then like this. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so let's go ahead and put that on there right with the glue. Now, I put glue only on the one side. What I want to do is I want to pop up this side a bit. Do that like that. And then on this one I'll pop up completely. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait until we find out what retires and everything else. We find out on the 29th. I'll send out an email to any of you that are on my email subscribe list. So this can go on there. And you know, I found layering these squares really difficult. So just to let you know, to get them so they're even, that's why I put these leaves in such a different way, so that you could see how that works. Yes, Laura, I know. It's a good thing you're not working. Yes, it's like being in a candy store. You just measure with a ruler. Yeah, you know what? Carol could do that, but I have this grid paper here all the time. So I feel that it's an injustice if I don't use it. All right, so we have that like that. I have a centerpiece. So let's go ahead. And I think what I'll do is I'll stamp one of my leaves on the inside. Big one, little one. I'll do the big one. Do it with the parakeet party. Such a neat color. Let's go in with that evening evergreen. Honestly, getting these sneak peeks, this is the reason why I became a demonstrator. I know a lot of people do it, join just to be with the discount. Mine was, I'm beside, whoops, that's not the right one. I'm beside myself. It's bigger than Christmas to me, actually. All right, so there we go there. Have that. All right, oops. And I forgot I was going landscape on this card. You know, like I say, I could go even this way if I wanted to, but I'm going to go landscape. So we're going to have to put it off to the left side. I usually put all my stuff on the right. I don't know why, because I think that's because of the way that it reads. Now, to me, this needs something else. And I'm not sure. So we do have this kind of twine, and this is the in color twine, and I use the parakeet party. So I figure what I could do on the back of this, I'm going to come in with my seal. And I'm going to wrap some of this around. Whoops. Every time I do this, I think of my granddaughter. She just despises the way that this looks. She says it's so messy, Grandma. So let's see. We just want to get some of this outline here. And one more. We'll bring one more. See, because of it being on a roll, a smaller roll like this, it tends to curl quite a bit. Okay. Yes. All right. So we have that. That's going to kind of give us a bit of okay. I'm going to actually pop this up, and then that way I can hold these down as well. And we don't want it drooping or dipping in the inside there. All right. So almost got this sketch done. You know what? I'm thinking too, this looks a little, I'm going to add a bit of this color around here. And I might even do it around, this is only what's been left on that sponge. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then I'm also going to go around here and just sponge around here as well. Sometimes that just takes the starkness off. And that's also because it's color on color. It's going to actually bring this color up here. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Now, I really wanted those in color gems on here. That's going to go like that. Now we have to get the sentiment on here. So I am going to take one of these. This is from the Stylish Shapes. I don't know. I can't stop using that. Those. And I'm going to also take this just because I don't know what I want this for. Just wanted to say, and like I say, I could go, just wanted to say thank you, just wanted to say happy birthday, just wanted to say, and I'm going to try this in, whoops, there we go. That'll work. Yeah, we'll put that down there. All right, so I can go ahead and put this on. And like I say, I really wanted to use the in color matte dots, but I cannot locate those right at this moment. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Just like that. Let's put some dimensionals on here. Just on the one side. Thank you. It's a little different. Just want, you could even go, just wanted to say thank you. So I'm just going to go ahead, just slip a tiny bit of glue down here. And just tuck it kind of underneath here. I want this underneath. There we go. And like I say, it would be great. You can't even tell that that's that variegated baker's twine. That in there. And this piece happens to be 3 3/4 by 5. I like that for an inside of a card. Now, like I said, I could go ahead and use that. But I'm going to come in, and we have these enamel dots. They were right here. Or we have these enamel dots. don't have very much on this table right now, so I don't know why I could have lost something like that. That's okay. So we have Parakeet Party. I'm coming in with the dark Parakeet Party, and I'm going to color. These were white and very vanilla. I don't use the very vanilla very much, so I'm actually going to go and color the very vanilla. And I'm going to use 5 on here because they're quite small. So like I say, I would have used the matte in colored dots. And I could have done this with Granny Apple Green as well, because it would have shown up quite well. Maybe I should try that. And they would show up better. This is only the light Granny Apple Green. You know what? It doesn't make much of a difference there. So let me go. Just color that up a bit more. All right. So let's go and put that on. I find sometimes with these really small ones that's why I use 5 when I'm doing it, just because to me they don't show up as much. There. All right. So there's our sketch, like so. Thank you. So Jan, this is a great stamp set. Trust me, it really is. There's so much to do with it, and wait till I start playing with Pretty Peacock. I think they're going to be amazing. Thank you. All right, so instead of it going like this, which we could have done, we could have just put the sentiment there. I thought it'd be kind of neat because I don't do too many landscape cards, that we would just turn it just like this. And like I said, it would be there. This is going to show at 10:45 on my Facebook group. So that group is down below. Don't forget to enter your cards because you have up until the end of the month to get in on for a sketch challenge or a mystery challenge. I draw 1 from each, random draw from each. And there's been lots of really good entries. Like there's been lots of great, I love the fact that is that straight? I love the fact that there's lots of new people starting and doing it. And that really makes me happy when other people join in. All right. So what is happening? I do have something stamped tonight. So if you're going to join me tonight, you just come. The link will be put on there. You can work on your own projects. That's what we all do. We sit and we talk and we do. I've got a bunch of things that I have to get done today. And then if by any chance you just want to come and talk, that's all good. We tend to run by an awful lot of things. And then I'll see you back on Monday at 11 o'clock Pacific. And we'll be doing either a 3D project or else a fancy fold card. Remember to keep sending those in. Yes, Pam, anybody can join us tonight. It's 6:30 Pacific. So I know that that's a really late time for you back east. But yes, anybody can join. We welcome that there's more people, and it's kind of nice when we can put a face and a voice to somebody. And yeah, awesome, you guys. So sketch will be posted at 10:45. Don't forget to get your sketch in so that you can be entered into a draw. Have a great weekend, you guys, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.